Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Agnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swaparantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrijatam Saganaraguna Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahakana Lalita Shri Visakanvitam Scha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Pando Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarupyascha Kripa Sindhupya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavad Pashatarishtarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaitat Gadadhar Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Haribol. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Okay, so today we start the book called Initiations after 1977, position paper made by ISKM. So introduction. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, being a truly empowered Acharya, stayed loyal to his predecessor as Acharyas in preaching Krishna consciousness in its purest form, and thus he took the scale of preaching to an unprecedented level. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's 500-year-old prophecy that the holy name of Krishna would be sung in every town and village of the planet was realized by the single-handed efforts of Srila Prabhupada. He did not invent anything new, as Srila Prabhupada used to say. Change means rascaldom. Nevertheless, it was his sheer spiritual genius that he made various transcendental technical adjustments to suit the current times and circumstances in order to propel the movement of Lord Chaitanya forward. We should never confuse such unconventional measures with deviation from disciplic conclusion. One such adjustment was that stipulation of chanting 16 rounds a day when originally it was 64. Another is the rhythmic system of conducting initiations. Diksha or initiation is the most important reformatory process of human life that marks the formal beginning of one's spiritual life under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master. Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagavayan Jiva Guru Krishna Prasade Bhaya Bhaktilata Bija. According to their karma, all living entities are wandering throughout the universe. Out of many millions of wandering entities, one who is very fortunate gets an opportunity to associate with a bona fide spiritual master by the grace of Krishna. By the mercy of both Krishna and the spiritual master, such a person receives the seed of the creeper of devotional service. C.C. Madhya Leela 19:151. Although the principle of guru or spiritual master is one, gurus are technically divided into 4 types. All of them help the conditioned soul attain shelter at the lotus feet of Krishna. Vartma Pradarshaka Guru, the spiritual master who first gives information about spiritual life. Diksha Guru, the spiritual master who initiates according to the regulations of the Shastra, is called the Diksha Guru or initiation Guru. He is also considered the external manifestation of the Chaitya Guru. One can have only one Diksha Guru. Shiksha Guru, the spiritual master who gives instructions for elevation based on the instruction of the Diksha Guru, is called Shiksha Guru. One can have many Shiksha Gurus. Chaitya Guru, the supreme spiritual master, Paramatma, or super soul who guides from within. The Chaitya Guru is the super soul, an expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Among the three types of gurus, the Siksha Guru and the Vatma Pradarshaka Guru sincerely carry out the prescribed duty of preaching Krishna consciousnness on the order of the Diksha Guru. They themselves may or may not be yet pure devotees. The Diksha Guru position demands the most responsibility, as such a Guru should be a pure devotee of Lord Krishna and should be empowered by his spiritual master in order to become a Diksha Guru or the initiator spiritual master. In order for Srila Prabhupada to accept disciples even after his physical departure, he set up a system of initiation wherein his representatives called Ritviks or priests would officiate the initiation on his behalf, and the transcendental movement would thus continue and on and on. But in ISKCON today, the word Ritvik is intolerable. They have completely demonized the word, and anyone who identifies himself as a Ritvik is considered to be worst offender. Yet it was the very word used by our most revered Srila Prabhupada when asked about initiation in the future, particularly when he is no longer with us. Satsvarupa. Then our next question concerns initiations in the future, particularly at the time when you are no longer with us. We want to know how first and second initiations will be conducted. Prabhupada. Yes, I shall recommend some of you. After this is settled up, I shall recommend some of you to act as an officiating acharya. Tamal Krishna, is that called Ritvik Acharya? Srila Prabhupada, Ritvik, yes. Room conversation with Srila Prabhupada, Vrindavan, May 28, 1977. This Ritvik system of initiation is not concussion of some disgruntled devotees, but it is the authorized method so mercifully given to us by Srila Prabhupada for the benefit of all of us. Chapter 1, Documentary Evidence. For all important managerial issues in ISKCON, Srila Prabhupada released official documents that clearly spelled on his intentions. In this section, we shall take a look at the conclusive, undeniable evidence of Srila Prabhupada's intentions regarding initiation procedures after his physical presence as found in ISKCON's legal documents and official audio transcripts. We shall study the following three documents in this section. Audio transcript of the May 28, 1977 conversation, July 9, 1977 letter directive, Srila Prabhupada's Declaration of Will, June 5, 1977. 1.1 Appointment Tape Analysis. We shall start with this direct question that was asked to Srila Prabhupada on the 28th of May, 1977. This recorded conversation is referred by the unauthorized gurus of ISKCON as the appointment tape, implying that Srila Prabhupada appointed his successors as gurus in the conversation. Let us look at it now. Room conversation, Vrindavan, May 28, 1977, Satsvarupa. Then our next question concerns initiations in the future, particularly at the time when you are no longer with us. We want to know how first and second initiations will be conducted. Prabhupada, yes, I shall recommend some of you, after this is settled up, I shall recommend some of you to act as officiating acharya. Is that called Ritvik? Tamal Krishna asks, is that called Ritvik Acharya? Srila Prabhupada says, Ritvik, yes. See, Ritvik, yes. What is the relationship of that person who gives the initiation and person who gives the initiation is Prabhupada. Prabhupada is giving the initiation and the Diksha Gurus are officiating him. Prabhupada, he's Guru, he's Guru. So Prabhupada is meaning that if he's giving Diksha, if he's giving Diksha via the representatives that he's appointing, the Ritvik representatives, then the one who gives the initiation is the Guru, and Prabhupada in this case is the person that the Ritvik representatives are representing. So Prabhupada is the Guru, and he says, he's Guru, he's Guru. He's talking about himself in this situation. So of course, who gives initiation? He's Guru. That's simple. But he does it on your behalf. Yes, That is formality, because in my presence one should not become a guru. So on my behalf, on my order, Amara Agna Guru Hana, be actually guru, but on my order, but on my order, 2 times in one sentence, or one line. Prabhupada says that on my order. So they may be considered your disciples. So the disciples who the Ritvik representatives are initiating, so they may be considered Prabhupada's disciples. Yes, they are disciples, but consider who? So why you need to even consider? Of course they are disciples. Tamal Krishna Goswami then interferes. No, he's asking that these Ritvik acharyas, they are officiating, giving diksha. They're the people who they give diksha to. Whose disciples are they? Prabhupada says they are his disciples. Tamal Krishna, they are his disciples. And they're talking about the initiation guru here. The people who they give diksha to, who is giving the diksha in this case? It's the Ritvik representative. So actually Prabhupada is the initiator. So whose disciples they are? They're his disciples, and he is Prabhupada. They're his disciples. Who is initiating? He is grand disciple. So Prabhupada is initiating here through the Ritvik representative, Siksha Guru. So he is grand disciple. They are Prabhupada's grand disciple. But still Prabhupada is the Diksha Guru. The Shiksha Guru is the one who will instruct the person. So that's in that way his grand disciple of the initiating Diksha Guru. But still, it doesn't mean that the Shiksha Guru is initiating. He does it on the behalf of Prabhupada. So he is the initiating Guru's disciple, and in between there is the Siksha Guru. So that's why grand disciple. And here it was supposed to be clear. So Satsvarup says, then we have a question concerning Srila Prabhupada. When I order you become a guru, he becomes a regular guru. Again, 3rd time, when I order you become a guru, he becomes a regular guru. So there is no question of becoming a guru on anyone's own order or votes. That's all. He becomes disciple of my disciple. So when Prabhupada orders someone, then the persons who are initiating, when Prabhupada says that you become guru to someone and he becomes regular guru, then the disciples of him become disciples of Prabhupada's disciple. Just see. The analysis. The above conversation can be a little bewildering at first. Let us now make an unbiased analytic study of it to gain a better perspective. Let us take it line by line. Satsvarup. Then our next question concerns initiations in the future, particularly at the time when you are no longer with us. We want to know how first and second initiations will be conducted. Prabhupada, yes, I shall recommend some of you. After this is settled up, I shall recommend some of you to act as officiating acharyas. Is that called Ritvik Acharya? Ritvik, yes, Prabhupada says. In point 1 above, the question is direct and plain, particularly at the time when you are no longer with us. Srila Prabhupada answers that plain in point 2 and point 4. I shall recommend some of you. Ritvik, yes. That is referring to a Ritvik here. Although the conversation gets a little more confusing later on, here Srila Prabhupada gives the clearest answer possible, Ritvik. What is meant by the word Ritvik, by the way? There are 17 references to this word in the books of Srila Prabhupada, and they always meant only one thing, a priest. A priest officiates a ceremony on somebody's behalf. His role is only to conduct the ceremony. He is different from the acharya or guru, who holds far greater qualification as well as responsibility. An Acharya's qualification is that he must be a pure devotee of Krishna and he must give transcendental knowledge to dissipate the ignorance of the disciple. He must give transcendental knowledge. A disciple also worships the Guru as his eternal master, as indicated by the words of Srila Narottam Das Thakur, Chakshudana Dilaje Janme Janme Prabhu Se. But a Ritvik does not hold this position. Satsvarup, what is the relationship of that person who gives the initiation and Prabhupada, his Guru, his Guru? At point 5, Satsvarup is talking about the relationship between Ritvik and the disciple, but he did not phrase his question correctly. He asked the relation between the initiator and the disciple. It is important to note here that the initiator of Guru is Srila Prabhupada, and the Ritvik is only an officiating representative. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada answered in point 6 that the initiator, Srila Prabhupada, is the Guru of the new disciple. But he does it on your behalf. Yes, that is formality, because in my presence, one should not become Guru. So on my behalf, on my order, Amara Agna Guru Hana, be actually Guru, but on my order. In point 7, Satsvarup is trying to clarify what he understood. So Prabhupada says he's Guru. So he's meaning himself that he's Guru. But Satsvarup thinks that he's meaning that the Ritvik representative is Guru. So he's trying to clarify. And he asks, but he does it on your behalf. In point 8, Srila Prabhupada implied that it is not etiquette to become a guru when one's guru is still physically present. But then he immediately added that just by his disappearance, the Ritvik do not automatically become gurus, but must wait for his order to do so, to be so. On my order. It is prudent to note here that Srila Prabhupada is speaking of an order in the future tense. That means this tape cannot be called the appointment tape, as he is not appointing anyone here, but pointing to the future. So they may be considered your disciples. Yes, they are disciples, but consider who? No, he's asking that these Ritvik Acharyas, they are officiating, giving Diksha. They're the people who they give Diksha to. Whose disciples are they? They are his disciples. They are the initiator's disciples. They are his disciples, Tamar Krishna confirms. Who is initiating? His grand disciple. When I order you, then we have a question concerning. When I order you become Guru, he becomes regular Guru. That's all. He becomes disciple of my disciple. Just see. When I order again. In point 10, Srila Prabhupada did not seem to understand the question of Satsvarup in point 9. Satsvarup asks, so they may be considered your disciples, and Prabhupada doesn't seem to understand this. So he's like, yes, they are disciples, but consider who? So Tamal Krishna clarifies the question in point 11. No, he is asking that the Ritvik Acharyas officiating, giving Diksha, they're the people who they give Diksha to. Whose disciples are they? Srila Prabhupada's answer to this question is actually the combination of points 12 and 14. They are his disciples. Who is initiating his grand disciple? That means he said they are his disciples who is initiating. Yeah, they are his disciples who is initiating. That means that they are Srila Prabhupada's disciples as he is initiating, using the Ritviks as his representatives in the ceremony. But halfway through this reply, here, they are his disciples, Prabhupada is saying. But then Tamal Krishna cuts him a little bit by retracting this. But Prabhupada was continuing this. They are his disciples who is initiating, his grand disciple. But halfway through this reply, Tamal Krishna reiterates Srila Prabhupada's words in point 13. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada's words appear separated. See, they are his disciples who is initiating. And Prabhupada is initiating. And the persons who is initiating, his grand disciples, when I order you become guru, he becomes regular guru. That's all. He becomes disciple of my disciple. So when Prabhupada order, when I order you become guru to a person, and when he starts to initiate, then it's his grand disciple. That means he said they are his disciples who is initiating. That means they are Srila Prabhupada's disciples as he is initiating, using the Ritvik's representatives. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada's words appeared separated. Then in point 14 again, he's mentioning the word grand disciple. Satsvarup tries to ask another question in point 15. But Srila Prabhupada in point 16 continues from point 14. So from here, who is initiating? His grand disciple. And Satsvarup then is trying to ask a question, but Prabhupada wanted to continue. So who's initiating? His grand disciple. So Prabhupada's grand disciple. How Prabhupada will get grand disciple? When he orders someone to become guru and the person becomes guru. That's all. And then he becomes disciple of my disciple. Just see. So the persons then who are initiated after the order, they becomes disciple of his disciple. But Srila Prabhupada in point 15 continues from point 14 that one becomes his grand disciple only when he orders any of his disciples to become guru. So when Prabhupada orders, Prabhupada's grand disciple, when I order you become guru, the Ritvik representative becomes guru. That's all. He becomes disciple of my disciple. Just see. So without the order of Prabhupada saying to someone that you become guru, there cannot be grand disciples of Prabhupada. Because only when Prabhupada makes someone initiator, he makes someone Diksha Guru, then he can initiate on his own. But otherwise, he's doing it on behalf of Prabhupada. So this is how grand disciples can become. When Prabhupada orders someone to become guru, he becomes guru. And his disciples become Prabhupada's disciples. So grand disciple. Then he clarifies that he must wait for his order to become what Srila Prabhupada terms as regular guru. So the order is not there at the time of this conversation. So this is actually not the so-called high appointment tape. Okay, so tomorrow we continue from the second chapter or part. Cheto darpanamarjanam bhavamaha davagni nirvapanam shreyah kairava chandrika vitaranam vidyavadu jivanam anandam buddhivardhanam pratipadam purnamritasvadanam sarvatma snapanam param vichayate Sri Krishna Sankirtanam namnamakari bahuda nija sarva shaktis tatrarpitani amita smaranena kala etadrisi tava kripa bhagavan mamapi durdaivamirshamiha janina nuraga Trinadapi sunicena tarorapi sahishnuna manina manadena kirtaniya sada hari. न तनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवतात् भक्तिरहैतुकी त्वयि अयि नन्दा तनुजा किङ्करं पतितां मां विचमे भवाम्बुधौ कृपा तव पादपङ्कज स्थितधूलिसदृशं विचिन्तया नयनं गलदश्रुधारया वदनं गद्गदरुद्धया गिरा पुलकर्निचितं वपुः कदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति युगायितं निमेषेण चक्षुषा प्रविर्शायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्द विरहेण मे आश्लिष्य वा पादरतं पिनष्टु मामदर्शनं मर्महतं करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विधातु लम्पतो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः. Translation. Glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and it enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have hundreds and millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of kindness you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names. But I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. O son of Maharaj Nanda, Krishna, I am your eternal servitor. Somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name? O Govinda, feeling your separations, I'm considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from eyes like torrents of rain, and I'm feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so, even if he handles me roughly by his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord, unconditionally. Hare Krishna, Sri Siksastagam ki jai, Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Panchatattva ki jai, Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Jagat Guru Shri Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande. Hri Hri Bol.